Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. I'm the woman of Galatians 4:4 and the woman of Revelations 12. Please refer to your Bible. And all I ask you to do is consider that I am who I say I am. I'm the mother of the New Jerusalem, and I'm the mother that gave birth to newborn King Emmanuel, February the 15th, 2011. This is a Republic notice, and it's called Get Out of Babylon as Fast as You Can. Get out of Babylon as fast as you can. Okay, people, I see who my subscribers are. And the subscribers are the ones that has a stable mind, because I'm giving you a lot of information you don't hear nowhere. I'm not fooled. I know my product is unique because my product is coming from a higher authority. Okay? My product and information is coming from a higher authority. So therefore, when you hear this serious information, and if you're not subscribing, then I will be looking at those who do subscribe and have the stable subscribers, because some of us so weak that if they don't agree with one thing or another thing we say, then we unsubscribe. And see, that's the shakiness of how immigrants are able to move in on us, because we can't agree in a collective to protect that black baby and to come together as a people. We want to be like infantiles in 100% agreement with each other. And if we're not in 100% agreement with each other, we unsubscribe. That's immaturity. We're going to have something called Republic Adjusters. And we got something called a decree that's given from the Most High. And my subscribers will be the first ones to receive that decree. And they will be the ones with authority, because they will be the ones who have enough sense to subscribe when they're given this serious information and not taking it for granted like some fool running around and just trying to grab everything he can and not adhering to nothing with no principles that can give them the ground information of where to begin to prepare for this next fifth dimension. Yeah, you can talk all the intellectual stuff you want, but it's only going to be a few that's preparing you for this fifth dimension. And see, those who subscribe will be the ones who able to purchase the decree for $10 when it's finished. So, you know, the $10 is not nothing, because this information is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's coming from a higher dimension, the kingdom of David, the holy government. And it's looking for gold. It ain't looking for backsliders. It's looking for gold. It's not looking for instability. Okay? Because everyone can't be, you know, a Republic Adjuster. Everyone can't be a person who understands this decree, this written part of the decree. I'm giving you the verbal part of the decree. But when you hear this verbal part of the decree and you don't subscribe, then I understand that you're not ready. And the kingdom of David also sees you and understands you're not ready. But be that as it may, like I told you, I gave birth to King Emmanuel, February the 15th, 2011 in Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage was born in between the 13th and 14th Amendment in 1867. The 15th Amendment is the New Jerusalem Wall. The Constitution is telling you where to go to get out of Babylon. The Constitution is telling you where to go to get out of Babylon. Alaska was born in between the 13th and 14th Amendment. King Emmanuel was resurrected in Anchorage, Alaska by birth. Okay? Get out of Babylon as fast as you can. Jeremiah 50. Get the word out to the nations. Preach it. Go public with this. Broadcast it far and wide. Babylon taken. God Bel hanging his head in shame. God Murdoch exposed as a fraud. All her God idols shuffling in shame. All her play gods exposed as cheap frauds. For a nation will come out of the north to attack her. Reduce her cities to rubble. Empty of life, no animals, no people, not a sound, not a movement, not a breath. In those days, at that time, God's decree, the people of Israel will come, and the people of Judah with them, walking and weeping. They'll seek me, their God. They'll ask directions to Zion, and they'll set faces towards Zion. They'll come and hold tight to God, bound in a covenant eternal. They'll never forget. My people were lost sheep. Their shepherds led them astray. They abandoned them in the mountains, where they wandered aimlessly through the hills. They lost track of home, couldn't remember where they came from. Everyone who met them took advantage of them. Their enemies had no qualms. Fair game, they said. They walked out on God. They abandoned the true pasture, the hope of their parents. But now, get out of Babylon as fast as you can. Be rid of that Babylon country. On your way, good sheepdogs, lead, but don't be led. Lead the way home. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm rallying a host of nations against Babylon. They'll come out of the north, attack and take her. Oh, they know how to fight these armies. They never come home empty-handed. Babylon is ripe for picking, and all her plunders will fill their bellies, God's decree. You Babylonians had a good time while it lasted, didn't you? You lived it up, exploiting and using my people. Frisky calves romping in lush pastures, wild stallions out having a good time. Well, your mother hardly would be proud of you. The woman who bore you wouldn't be pleased. Look at what's come of you, a nothing nation, rubble and garbage and weeds, emptied of life by my holy anger. A desert of death and emptiness. Travelers who pass by Babylon will gasp appalled, shaking their heads at such a come down. Gang up on Babylon, pin her down. Throw everything you have against her. Hold nothing back, knock her flat. She sinned. Oh, how she sinned against me. Shout battle cries from every direction. All the fight has gone out of her. Her defenses have been flattened. Her walls smashed. Operation God's vengeance. Pile on the vengeance. Do to her as she has done. Give her a good dose of her own medicine. Destroy her farms and farmers. Ravage her fields. Empty her barns. And you captives, while the destruction rages, get out. While the getting's good, get out fast and run home. Israel is a scattered flock, hunted down by lions. The king of Assyria started the carnage. The king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, has completed the job, gnawing the bones clean. And now this is what God of the angel armies, the God of Israel, has to say. Just watch. I'm bringing doom on the king of Babylon and his land. The same doom I brought on the king of Assyria. But Israel, I'll bring home to good pastures. He'll gaze on the hills of Carmel and Bashan, on the slopes of Ephraim and Gilead. He would eat to his heart's content. In those days and at that time, God's decree, they'll look high and low for a sign of Israel's guilt. Nothing. These people that I have saved will start out with a clean slate. Attack Merathaim, land of rebels. Go after Pekod, country of doom. Hunt them down. Make a clean sweep, God's decree. These are my orders. Do what I tell you. The thunderclap of battle shakes the foundation. The hammer has been hammered, smashed and splintered. Babylon pummeled beyond recognition. I set out a trap, and you were caught in it. Oh, Babylon, you never knew what hit you. Caught and held you in the steel grip of that trap. That's what you get for taking on God. God, opened my arsenal. I brought out my weapons of wrath. The master of God of the angel armies has a job to do in Babylon. Come at her from all sides, break into her granaries, shovel her into piles, and burn her up. Leave nothing, leave no one. Kill all her young Turks, send them to their doom. Doom to them, yes, doomsday. The clock has finally run out on them, and here's a surprise. Runaways and escaped from Babylon show up in Zion reporting the news of God's vengeance. Taking vengeance on my own temple? Call in the troops against Babylon. Anyone who can shoot straight. Tighten the noose. Leave no loopholes. Give her back as good as she gave, a dose of her own medicine. Her brazen insolence is an outrage against God, the Holy of Israel. And now she pays her young strong dead in the street. Her soldiers dead, silent forever, God's decree. Do you get it? Mr. Pride, I'm your enemy. Decree of the master, God of the angel armies. Time's run out on you. That's right, it's doomsday. Mr. Pride will fall flat on his face. No one will offer him a hand. I'll set his towns on fire. The fire will spread wild through the country. And here's more from God of the angel armies. The people of Israel are beaten down, the people of Judah along with them. Their oppressors have them in a grip of steel. They won't let go. But the rescuer is strong. God of the angel armies, yes, I will take their side. I will come to rescue. I will soothe their land, but rough up the people of Babylon. It's all out war in Babylon, God's decree. Total war against people, leaders, and the wise. War to the death on her boasting, pretending fools, one and all. War to the death on her soldiers, cowards to a man. War to the death on her hired killers, gutless wanderers. War to the death on her banks looted. War to the death on her water supply drained dry. A land of make-believe gods gone crazy. Hoboglobins. The place will be hunted with jackals and scorpions, night owls and vampires and bats. No one would ever live there again. The land will reek with the stench of death. It will join Sodom and Gomorrah and their neighbors. The cities I did away with, God's decree. No one will live there again. No one will draw breath in the land ever. And now watch this. People pouring out of the north, hordes of people. A mob of kings stirred up from far off places, flourishing deadly weapons. Barbarians they are, cruel and pitiless, roaring and relentless like ocean breakers. They'll come riding fierce stallions in battle formation, ready to fight you, daughter of Babylon. Babylon king, here's them coming. He goes white as a ghost, limp as a dish rag, terror-stricken. He doubles up in pain, helpless to fight, like a woman giving birth to a baby. And now watch this. Like a lion coming up from the thick jungle of Jordan, looking for prey in the mountain pastures, I'll take over and pounce. I'll take my pick of the flock. And who's to stop me? All the so-called shepherds are helpless before me. So listen to this plan God has worked out against Babylon, the blueprint of what he's prepared for dealing with Chaldea. Believe it or not, the young, the vulnerable, mere lambs and kids will be dragged off. Believe it or not, the flock in shock, helpless to help, watches it happen. When the shout goes out, Babylon's down. The very earth will shudder at the sound. The news will be heard all over the world. Okay, people, that's in the Bible, Jeremiah 50. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Now, I already told you, the Most High has a plan for you. It's in the Constitution, the Holy Covenant. Alaska was born in between the 13th and 14th Amendment. Gather your relatives, your resources, pack yourself in cars, vans, planes, trains, buses, boats, and get out of Babylon as fast as you can. Alaska is so huge, 4 Texases can fit into Alaska. It has mountain, water, resources, and it's yours by supreme contract. Wake up and claim it. Get out of Babylon as fast as you can. The resurrected Christ was born here, believe it or not, and the Holy Covenant put this land right next to you for a reason, for a reason. Those who have ears, hear. Those who have common sense, you better use it. You better use it. You better not hold on to materialism. You better put your life in your own hands and God like he told you to and get out of Babylon as fast as you can. I'm telling you, the Holy Covenant have you ready for Alaska. Anchorage, Alaska. It's a city. It's many little cities. You got Eagle River. A lot of blacks live in Eagle River. Blacks live in Alaska. A lot of races live in Alaska. They claiming your wealth. Your wealth. You better come and claim it because your Mashiach is here. All right?
This is Mary Omni from the house of King David. Shalom.